There have been many studies that show there could be a correlation between cell phones and brain tumors or cancer, but there are also many that show there is no correlation at all.
Well, I still have so many more questions.
Well, hopefully we can get those answered for you.
So why don't we know yet?
The reason the experts cannot agree on whether cell phones cause brain tumors is because there's just not enough data out there. Extensive cell phone use has only been around for a little over a decade. That means the long-term effects of cell phone use cannot even be studied to a great extent yet. There is a big international study being conducted as we speak, but the data on this study will not be published for some time.
But how can cell phones be harmful?
Well, cell phones use radio frequency energy or radio waves, which is a form of radiation that has been under study for many years for its possible effects on the human body. A cell phone's main source of radio frequency energy comes from its antenna, and since most cell phones now have the antenna inside the phone, it is real close to the head of the user. So there is concern that long-term use of cell phones could have a harmful side effect, but there is not conclusive evidence that suggests that yet.
So what should we do to be cautious just in case there is a correlation found in the future?
The amount of radio frequency energy absorbed by a person goes down significantly the farther the antenna is away from the body or your head, for example. And there's also a lot less radio frequency energy the closer you are to a base station. So there are a number of factors that contribute to the radio frequency energy you may receive. The first one is the number and duration of calls. The amount of the cell phone traffic at a given time also has a factor in this. The distance from the nearest cellular base station, as stated before, and the quality of the cellular transmission. For older phones, the size of the handset and or how far the antenna is extended. And then lastly, whether or not a hands-free device is used.
So are there any other practical precautions we could take?
Definitely. There's a number that you can do for yourself and for your children, especially for your children, because up until the age of 16, their brains and nervous system is still developing. And that means they're especially vulnerable to the radio frequency energy emitted from cell phones and the like. So the first thing that you can do is when they're playing games on your phone, you can turn it to airplane mode. A lot of smartphones have that now, and that allows them to play the games without getting the radio frequency energy either coming or going from the phone. Then the next thing you can do is to get a hands-free device, and the best one is really just the cord, because there's no energy emitted from the cord. Now Bluetooth is going to be better than just having the phone up to your ear though. And then the last thing that you can do is you can have your phone, instead of putting it on the nightstand by your head when you sleep, you can put it in another room. You can still hear the phone, but it's not emitting that frequency all through the night right next to your head. And that pretty much concludes the practical precautions that we can take. I hope that answered all your questions.
Yeah, it did. Thank you.
You're welcome.